Welcome friends, welcome, and this is NTEX Man, and today I would just like to briefly go over Xbox One. I've had an Xbox One since November 2015, got it for the Fallout 4 game. I got that bundle, and I just thought, I've had a few months to play with it, and just some tips, I guess, for using the Xbox One, things that I found useful. So when you first boot up, you can boot up like I have a family account, so I don't automatically sign in, but you can set it up for automatic sign in the settings. But for right now, I have mine. I'm not signed in to Xbox Live or anything. I'm just at the standard boot up. If you hit the key here, I'm having a little difficulty here. This key, or the D-pad. If you hit left on the D-pad, or you can hit the left stick, it'll take you to the menu on the left there. There's all the accounts. That's the D at the top. If you're not logged in, it'll take you there. If you hit the right trigger, you can scroll down to settings. It'll scroll to the last setting other than the snap, which I don't use snapping much. I'm not a big fan of snapping apps, but you can do that. I might go over that if I feel like it. Not a big fan of the snapping, but anyway, so you move left again on the D-pad and you can hit A and look at your settings. And this is how you set up a lot of the things that I was talking about, like how you want to sign in. You can remove accounts, billing and all that jazz. You can change, which I haven't done, but you can switch out your home Xbox. What I really like is some of the network settings stuff here. Lots of fun things you can do here. My favorite thing is bandwidth usage. I didn't even know this was here. I saw like a tutorial on this somewhere, probably on Xbox, but it lets you see what your current usage is, which is really low because I'm not doing anything right now. And then for the day, the last 12 hours you can see, and on the far right you have your historical bandwidth usage. And you can see I've used a lot of bandwidth on the Xbox One since I got it. Yeah, I mean, there's so many there's a lot of updating and downloading. I have a lot of games that I just bought digitally because it's more convenient than putting the disc in. Sort of like Steam, and they have pretty good discounts on Xbox One from day to day. That you can also do. I'm trying to remember. Let's see the detailed networks. Just gonna check my stats here. See what and I'm using the wireless connection from the Xbox One. I'm not connected via the Ethernet cable, just using the Wi-Fi. I think I might have picked the wrong thing here. Not sure. I thought it was going to give me it's probably the other setting. Okay, so it did a quick check and gave me this data. I think I wanted to run this guy. This is the one that, that's not good enough. Yeah, good. I swore there was another. Okay, well, maybe they changed something. I could have swore it would actually give you. I might be thinking of the Xbox 360 one now. I think of it. Anyway, so that was network settings. Another good thing is under system, there's this console info and updates. You can check, if you're up to date. There's no update available for me. I can look at the status for my latest update when I took it. This is a good way to pull updates instead of waiting for them to push. It's really inconvenient when you want to play a game and an update has to happen on Xbox and you have to wait. So I like to pull updates as soon as I know they're available. So a good thing there. I could have swore. Yeah, then if you hit what's new, it'll tell you what's new. You can go see what's new in the latest update that you took, assuming they have one here, right? So the previous updates, so the current update that they have a video for is March 2016, even though there was an update in April. And obviously February, and the big November 15th update, which was a huge update to Xbox One's interface, apparently. Of course, I got one right around that time, so it was kind of, that was what I saw when I first got on here. So get out of that. You can hit the guide button, the old, what we call the guide on the Xbox, this button here. and that should take you back to the home area wherever you are. And you'll notice it'll keep the app that you had running previously. If you hit the what used to be the start button, I think they call it the menu button now. You hit that and you can quit out of the app, and then it'll show whatever the last app was that you had run. So if you hit the trigger, the right trigger, it takes you all the way to the bottom. You hit the left trigger, it takes you all the way to the top. That's kind of a nice way to scroll quickly if you have a lot of stuff here. Normally after my stuff you'd have your pins, but I'm not logged in, so you don't see any of the pins yet. If you go in here, one of the nice things, it'll show all your apps, but I'm not particularly happy with the way that it sorts things. You can only sort alphabetically or recently used or by size. It would be really nice to be able to aggregate like Xbox 360 backwards compatible games and Xbox One games, but it doesn't let you do that. So you have everything garbled together here. So I have a mixture of Xbox One and Xbox 360 games showing up here. And this is just recently used. I kind of just leave it in that mode. That seems to be the most useful for me. Also on the left here you have another, you can go hit the right trigger, it'll take you down to apps that you have installed and what you have queued to download, which is nothing right now. Get out of that, and let's go ahead and log in as me. So I'm signing in to Xbox Live now. Alright. And it still shows this even though I'm not. I just quit out of that. So it shows the last app I had run, which is Raiden V. And then here's the pins that I have. Pins are just, you can, things that are in your app list under my games and apps. You can pin them here or unpin them if you don't use them. So I try to keep the games that I am playing or plan to play the most. I haven't been playing a whole lot of Xbox One lately because I've been busy at work, but eventually I'll probably get back to something in here that does. I really want to do more Destiny. But you can rearrange them by hitting the Y button. You can pick up one up and move it around, and then place it where you want it. You can, from the My Apps, you can click on one and then say you can pin it to home, or you can manage the game and see how much space it's using and if there's any downloadable content for it. This one doesn't have any. Yeah, pretty much that's all I really wanted to show. Maybe I'll just launch Raiden V. I like this. I just picked this up. It's downloaded it on the store. You can import this game from Japan for like $75. Typically is what it seems to be going for. Or I just bought it digitally for $50. And I kind of like it digitally because I don't have to put a disc in to play it. I can just launch it like I just did. Really sweet. And I'm a sucker for these Raiden or shmup type games. Check the intro out, I guess. This game seems to have long load times for essentially a site, top, or has 3D graphics, but you're looking at it from a top-down view. Seems like the load times are a little long for that type of game. Let's just try story mission, new game, normal difficulty. Let's go with this aircraft. Okay.
We've lost contact.
And I don't, the story, I don't care. I can't believe they actually put all that text on there for you to read. And for $50, I think this is a little pricey for $50, this game. It's, to me, it's almost like an arcade style game. It should probably be like $20 really. But not many people are going to buy it, except people like me. Let's go.
Do you hear me, Raiden? We're still surveying the enemies, so please head straight to the scene.
I like in Raiden.
Many enemies coming to the sun.
They get the bonus for destroying enemies quickly.
Remember, shoot them before they shoot you.
Yeah, I got it.
Max Steel. I think you're aware of it, but it's the first time to witness contamination of this level, these kinds of massive weapons. You don't know what will happen, so be careful.
And all this dialogue while you're playing is super annoying. Look, there's an option to turn that off. I haven't looked. I mean, they just talk the whole game. It's stupid, really. I like Raiden 4 better. Didn't have all this.
Neither the plane nor the pilot has been damaged. We will be entering the fighting area very soon. The enemy in that area is being marked out by the 2nd and 4th Ranger divisions. Please quickly pass through and leave.
Hold on. This is too much for defensible to handle. Send and pursue the destruction of the target.
Captain, is that really necessary? The prisons have all been evacuated, and most of the enemy weapons have been destroyed.
That may be so. But I'm sure the retreating people can do it in common. Won't hurt to help out.
Oh, I got hit.
I'm getting a response on my radar. Numerous enemies have crossed the defense lines and invading the truck.
Oh boy.
You heard it. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to respond appropriately on site.
Oh, come on. Take that. Cool. So much.
The number of enemies destroyed has been confirmed. It seems that some enemies on the ground have survived. I'm requesting help from the 2nd and 4th Cavalry. Enemy aircraft is flying between skyscrapers. Please be careful.
Be careful. Do you have any better advice for me?
I believe it's the captain's role to give advice. Do you have any advice for me?
Make sure you don't hit the building.
Ah. Look at that, guys. Oh, come on. It's a shield.
Enemy flight battleships are approaching. They're about to leave.
Come on.
Check out the enemy has suspended action upon them.
Oh, without all the talking, it would have been an awesome game.
that something so huge was being attacked. But I gotta say, the mission was well accomplished.
Excellent job.
Well, I'd like to relax over a coffee now, but it seems that's not possible. What's the report, Asheria?
And that's enough for now, I think. Anyway, after you're done playing a game, obviously, you can... Well, I'll wait for it to finish loading. Go back. I usually go back to the menu, hit the guide button, and then hit the start button and quit. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my brief overview of Xbox One. This is the NTX Man, signing out.